Hello, and welcome to the Not So Berry Challenge. So, as always, we are starting off with mint. Now, to explain this challenge a bit further, basically, you have 10 generations, and you need to get through all 10 generations, and there are certain requirements for every single generation's main sim. Now, for mint, the mint generation, I made peppermint. Peppermint berry. Now, I've seen a couple of YouTubers make their Sim's last name Barry, so that's what I did, you know. And everyone that I've seen has always made the main character's name related to mint. So I made her name related to mint, as you know, I made her Peppermint. So basically there are 10 generations, as I said, mint being the first one. And so mint needs to have the mischief trait, aspiration, I forgot what it's called. And she also needs to be materialistic, vegetarian, and jealous. That's all I really know about the mint generation, except that the main sim needs to be a scientist, and she also needs to collect all the elements, and she needs to reach the max level in mischief and logic. But that's currently all I know about the main idea of the first generation right now. I'm currently learning as I go, and I'm really hoping I'm not breaking any rules. So right now, in this, I'm currently just creating the sim and trying to get all her clothes to match. And this was actually really, really hard for me because I could not find any mint clothes for the life of me that looked good or that matched. I don't know why, I just could not for the life of me find any clothes that matched that were mint. And it was actually really frustrating that at some points I just kind of gave up and went with like a bluish green, like a blue-green that wasn't exactly mint, but it wasn't exactly green or blue. So it was kind of like in the middle. The swimsuit was actually pretty easy for me. I just found that one and it was good. And, you know, the hot weather was very easy. I tried really hard to find mint outfits for everything, but sometimes I just couldn't. So I'm really sorry about that. So here I was trying to find the right kind of like pants for her to wear, but none of them were really mint. So I kind of had to go with a blue, like faded blue jeans, and then I just gave her boots. Now for her everyday, I did switch it up after this because I decided I didn't like it like that. So I instead went searching for a top, the top that I was actually trying on for sports wear and athletic wear. And I gave her a skirt that didn't quite match her, but I really tried. And then I went into Willow Creek to go build the house. Building the house was actually very fun. And it was actually very enjoyable for me because I love building houses in The Sims. And ignore all of this. I just installed the mods, so it popped up. I don't know if it does that every time, but you know. And I was just going through and seeing what had been added with the mods, so sorry about that. This is gonna take a second. But building the house was very fun, and I'm not great with landscaping, and we were running out of money very quickly. So I quickly went through the money. But that's probably why it took me so little time to build the house. It only took me, I'd say, probably around 45 minutes real time to build the house because of the money limit. So I wasn't going overboard with like decorations and all of that stuff. And so here I am, and I'm starting to build the house. I decided that wasn't big enough, which it's The Sims. So yeah, and I built the bathroom pretty small. It's very basic on the inside when I decorate it. And so I was trying to find the right kind of thing for the outside, and it did take me a minute. And I was going through options as a joke at some point, and then I took a minute and I started going through the lot traits. I got sidetracked a lot, honestly, just going through them. But eventually I did get back on task. And I started trying to find windows, and these are some of the cheapest windows. They were only like 30 simoleons, and I actually really quite liked them, so I put them in. And instead of putting a giant bathroom in the window, I decided to put like a top window in the bathroom, which is actually something we have in my house. And in the bedroom, I had to flip the window because it was placed wrong. And so I decided to recolor the windows because they were like they didn't quite match the vibe I was trying to go with, because they were blue, but I didn't want it to be that vibrant or like that muted of a blue. I'm getting my words mixed up. I am so sorry. No, yes, I didn't want it to be that muted of a blue, and it didn't go with the house in like general, so I switched it up, and I'm so sorry. The roof probably looks so bad. I'm not good with roofs. Never have been. Never will be. But I really tried to make it look okay. I even stretched it out so that it would look fine. And I was trying to find a pattern on the roof. And, I had to fix it. And so, what did I do here? I was testing out fences for really no reason at all, other than I wanted to see what they did. I wanted to see what they looked like. And sorry about all that messing around. And I was trying to get the path right, and I just could not. But eventually, after quite a bit of trying, I got it to a point where I liked it enough to keep it. And I did want to do some landscaping, but I wasn't using move objects because there's no cheats allowed. So I didn't really do it because it's very difficult for me to do landscaping without move objects on, and I'm not quite certain if that is something that you can do in the Not So Berry Challenge, because they did say no cheats other than free real estate. So I decided to do the kitchen first, and it was a bit of trouble finding a nice wallpaper that I liked. So as you can see here, I was going through the wallpaper options, and I settled on this one, which wasn't the greatest, but it was okay enough for me to use. And I used the white wood floor because I thought it went well with the walls in the kitchen, and so I just spread that all around the room. And I used those custom content tiles for the floor in the bathroom. And I was just going through some stuff and talking to myself really throughout this whole thing, because that's how I keep myself, I guess, motivated. I don't know how quite to phrase it. But I then realized that I placed almost all of the lights in the wrong spot, so I quickly went back to fix that. And then I tried to find a mint colored cabinet, but I could not find any because I don't have a lot of content. So I settled with the green one, and I was having fun with sizing it up and down. And I really did not like these cabinets very much, but I made do. I don't really know why I don't like them. It's probably the color. I don't really like the color green. But, I thought that the appliances being minty was really nice. I thought it went with our main girl's vibe, because she's all minty. And I was trying to do like a corner table, but that didn't work out for me. So I put that on hold for a moment, and I really hate how that looks above the oven. And then here I am again with the mint appliances, and I put in a mint little trash can, which I think is kind of cute. And then I was trying to find a dining table because I didn't want to put an island. And so I was trying to find one that wasn't super expensive, but I ended up settling on the most expensive one because it looked the best. And I wanted to put bar stools around it, but they wouldn't fit, so I just went with the normal chairs. And I stuck that in the corner far away from the kitchen. I actually really love how the kitchen turned out, and then I forgot to put doors, so I had to put them in. And then I did the bedroom next, and I was really struggling because I usually use my custom content bed, but, BB Move Objects isn't on, so I was scrolling through the beds up and down trying to find a bed that would make sense as Mint, and I could not find one that wasn't either way too expensive or basically a kid's bed. So eventually, I got the bright idea to place down a bunk bed, and it actually worked, and I actually love how it looks. And I placed a desk underneath it, and I put down the Kinder chair because it worked the best, and it was the cheapest one I could get, so it really worked out in my favor. And I was trying to pick a wallpaper that I liked, and I eventually settled on that one because I thought it was pretty. And so I went with a bit of a... Oh, yeah, I forgot I changed it. So I tried to do that one, but the tile didn't match up with the floor, so I went with the one where it was all tile at the top so that it wouldn't really clash. Oh, no, I changed it. I cannot remember what I did. I kept changing the wallpapers. And I remember having trouble with this one. And I eventually just decided that, you know what, screw it. I'm making the kitchen and the living room connected because I cannot deal with the separate wallpapers. And I was trying to find a swatch for the table that I liked, and I settled on that one. And with the bathroom, I kept it really, really simple because we didn't have a ton of room to spread things out. And so I did the double bath and shower, and then I put down the sink right next to the toilet. And then here came the living room. Actually, it wasn't that hard. It was pretty easy. The only thing that was slightly difficult about it was that we couldn't get a better TV. And I wanted to size up the coffee table, but it was too big, so I didn't. And I was going to originally put the TV all the way at the end of the room, but then I decided that looked really weird, so I tried to move the couch up, and that didn't work. And then that clashed with the door, and I was trying to turn it so that it would work, but it wasn't working. As you can see, I was spinning it. And then I finally got it to work because I realized that I had put it in the wrong place. And then this whole time, I was trying to find a coffee table to put next to the couch, but I just could not for the life of me. So I gave up on that, and I was going to put in the fireplace, but then I realized it was way too much money, so I just settled on the tiny baby TV on the coffee table. And here I realized that I could get a computer for Mint, so I quickly did that. Then I got the element thing that she does need, and it was at this point that I realized that sorry, brain froze for a moment. And it was at this point that I tried to get her the science career, but I think that it's in the Get to Work pack, and I don't have that pack yet. So next episode, after I get that pack, we will get her the scientist job. So that is it for this episode. I was going to end it on this frame of her, but she got up, so I went over to these random guys fishing. That is where I'm going to end. Bye!